In the annals of American politics, few figures have navigated the complexities of public life with as much tenacity and visibility as Hillary Rodham Clinton. Her journey from a suburban childhood to the pinnacle of U.S. politics and beyond reflects not just personal ambition, but a deep-rooted commitment to social progress and institutional change. As the first woman nominated for president by a major U.S. party, Clinton's career has redefined what is possible for women in leadership. Early years, shaping a worldview. Hillary Diane Rodham was born on October 6, 1947, in Chicago, Illinois, into a conservative, working-class family. Her father, Hugh Rodham, ran a small textile business. Her mother, Dorothy, had endured a difficult childhood in foster care. These early influences instilled in Hillary a strong sense of discipline, self-reliance, and empathy for those facing adversity. Raised in the suburb of Park Ridge, she excelled academically and became deeply engaged in social causes. As a teenager, she volunteered at a local nursing home and participated in church mission trips. Her early interest in civil rights and social justice was shaped by the turbulent 1960s. A period of racial unrest, anti-war protests, and the emerging women's movement. At Wellesley College, she emerged as a formidable student leader. Her graduation speech in 1969, a thoughtful critique of institutional complacency, gained national attention, signaling her ability to articulate complex ideas with moral clarity. She then enrolled at Yale Law School, where she met Bill Clinton. Their shared intellectual curiosity and political ambitions forged a partnership that would shape American history. Arkansas, the foundation of a political partnership. After law school, Hillary moved to Arkansas, where Bill began his political career. She joined the faculty at the University of Arkansas School of Law, and later became the first female partner at Rose Law Firm in Little Rock. Her legal work focused on children's rights, education reform, and rural healthcare access issues that would remain central to her agenda. As Bill rose through the ranks, first as Attorney General, then as governor, Hillary balanced her own professional pursuits with supporting his campaigns. She became a visible advocate for early childhood programs, co-founding Arkansas Advocates for Children and Families. Her insistence on keeping her maiden name, she used Hillary Rodham professionally until 1982, signaled her commitment to professional autonomy in an era when many women conformed to traditional roles. During Bill's tenure as governor, she led task forces on healthcare reform and education standards, demonstrating her ability to navigate policy details while building coalitions. These years honed her skills in legislative strategy and public engagement, a foundation for her future national roles. First Lady of the United States, a new kind of leadership. When Bill Clinton was elected president in 1992, Hillary assumed the role of First Lady with an unprecedented level of policy involvement. She was appointed to lead the task force on national health care reform, a bold effort to expand coverage and control costs. Though the initiative ultimately failed due to political opposition, it showcased her willingness to tackle complex systemic issues. Beyond policy, she redefined the First Lady's role. She championed the Children's Health Insurance Program CHIP, which expanded coverage to millions of low-income children, advocated for gender equality and women's rights globally, famously declaring at the 1995 Beijing conference that women's rights are human rights, supported arts and literacy initiatives, including the expansion of the National Endowment for the Arts, navigated intense media scrutiny during the Whitewater controversy and other investigations, maintaining a public presence despite personal and political pressures. Her 8 years in the White House solidified her reputation as a policy-driven leader, unafraid to challenge norms, and as a target for partisan attacks. Senator from New York, forging an independent path. In 2000, Clinton ran for the U.S. Senate from New York, becoming the First Lady to seek elected office. Her victory marked a historic transition from spousal role to independent politician. As senator, she focused on Economic revitalization for upstate New York. Veterans' healthcare and benefits. 9/11's recovery efforts, securing billions in federal aid for New York after the 2001 attacks. Bipartisan legislation on child welfare and small business support. She earned respect for her detailed grasp of policy and willingness to work across the aisle, even as she maintained a progressive stance on social issues. Her re-election in 2006 with over 67% of the vote demonstrated her growing political strength. Secretary of State. Global diplomacy and strategic vision. In 2009, President Barack Obama appointed Clinton as Secretary of State, the third woman to hold the post. Over 4 years, she reshaped American diplomacy, pioneered the pivot to Asia strategy, strengthening alliances in the Pacific region, negotiated the New START treaty with Russia, reducing nuclear arsenals, advocate for women's participation in peace processes and economic development, responded to the Arab Spring, balancing support for democratic movements with regional stability concerns, led international efforts to combat HIV, AIDS, and promote food security. Her famous reset button with Russia and extensive global travel logging over 1 million Ms underscored her belief in engagement over isolationism. Despite criticism over the 2012 Benghazi attack, her tenure was widely regarded as competent and impactful. Presidential campaigns. Breaking barriers. Clinton's to presidential bids in 2008 and to Newton marked pivotal moments in American politics. In 2008, she narrowly lost the Democratic nomination to Obama, becoming his Secretary of State. In 2016, she became the first woman nominated by a major party for president. Though her 2016 campaign ended in defeat, its significance lies in what it represented: a challenge to long-standing gender barriers in the highest office. Her platform emphasized affordable healthcare expansion, economic fairness and middle-class support, climate change action, strengthening alliances, and global cooperation. The campaign also exposed deep societal divisions and the challenges women face in high-stakes politics, including heightened media scrutiny and gendered criticism. Later years. Advocacy, writing, and continued influence. Since leaving public office, Clinton has remained active in policy and advocacy, publishing books like What Happened 2017 and the Book of Gutsy Women 2019, reflecting on leadership and resilience, supporting voting rights and democratic institutions through the Onward Together initiative, speaking on global issues from pandemic preparedness to gender equality, serving as Chancellor of Queen's University Belfast, promoting education and cross-cultural dialogue. She continues to mentor young leaders and participate in public discourse, emphasizing the importance of civic engagement and fact-based policymaking. Personal life and legacy. Clinton's personal life has been intertwined with her public role. Her marriage to Bill Clinton has endured decades of political storms, and her relationship with daughter Chelsea, now journalist and philanthropist, reflects her commitment to family amid public service. Her legacy is multifaceted. Trailblazer for women. She opened doors for female candidates at every level of government. Policy innovator. Her work on children's health, education, and global development left tangible impacts. Resilient leader. She navigated relentless criticism while maintaining focus on long-term goals. Global advocate. Her emphasis on women's empowerment and multilateral cooperation reshaped diplomatic norms. Critics point to controversies from Whitewater to email practices, but supporters argue these episodes reflect the intense scrutiny women in power face. Her ability to persist through adversity remains one of her defining traits. Why Hillary Clinton matters. Clinton's story is not just about political ambition, it's about the evolution of American leadership. She demonstrated that 1. Expertise matters. Her legal and policy background informed her approach to governance. 2. Persistence pays off. She ran for Senate, lost a presidential bid, then returned to win another. 3. Women can lead complex institutions, from the State Department to presidential campaigns. She handled high-pressure roles with discipline. For public service is a lifelong commitment. Even outside elected office, she continues to advocate for her values. 5. Progress requires endurance. Her career mirrors the slow, often contentious work of social change. Conclusion: a legacy in progress. At nearly 80 years old, Hillary Rodham Clinton's influence endures. She is more than a political figure. She is a symbol of what women can achieve in a system not always built for them. Her journey, marked by both triumphs and setbacks, offers a nuanced portrait of leadership in the modern era. Clinton's career demonstrates that public service is rarely a linear path. From her early days advocating for children's rights in Arkansas to negotiating global alliances, as Secretary of State, she has consistently prioritized systemic change over personal glory. Even in defeat, she has refused to retreat from the public sphere, using her platform to mentor emerging leaders and amplify marginalized voices. Her impact extends beyond policy wins. She has redefined the role of First Lady, transforming it from ceremonial to policy-driven. Her work on healthcare reform, though unsuccessful, set a precedent for future First Ladies to tackle complex issues, pioneered gender breakthroughs in politics, proving that women can lead at every level from the Senate to the State Department to presidential campaigns, modeled resilience in adversity, continuing her work despite relentless media scrutiny, partisan attacks, and personal challenges, advanced global women's rights, making gender equality a cornerstone of UDOTS, diplomacy during her tenure as Secretary of State, championed cross-sector collaboration, bridging nonprofit, government, and private sector efforts to address issues like education, healthcare, and economic inequality. Critics often focus on controversies, from whitewater to email practices, but these episodes also reveal broader truths about American politics, the double standards women face, the politicization of personal conduct, and the challenges of maintaining transparency in high-stakes roles. Clinton's ability to persist through such storms speaks to her deep commitment to public service. Lessons from a lifetime of leadership. Clinton's story offers timeless lessons for aspiring leaders. 1. Expertise matters. Her legal training and policy depth allowed her to navigate complex issues with authority. 2. Adaptability is key. She evolved from a progressive activist to a pragmatic legislator, adjusting her approach without abandoning core values. 3. Relationships sustain progress. Her partnership with Bill Clinton, mentorship of young leaders, and alliances across party lines demonstrate that collaboration drives change. 4. Visibility comes with a price. As one of the most recognizable women in politics, she faced gendered criticism and media sensationalism, yet continued to speak out on issues she believed in. 5. Legacy is long-term. Even outside elected office, her advocacy, writing, and institutional work continue to shape policy debates. The road ahead. Today, Clinton remains active in multiple spheres, writing and storytelling. Her books provide insight into leadership, resilience, and the mechanics of power, education, and mentorship. As Chancellor of Queen's University Belfast, she promotes global dialogue and youth leadership. Democracy advocacy. Through initiatives like Onward Together, she supports voting rights and civic engagement, global health, and gender equity. She continues to champion causes she pursued in government, from maternal health to girls' education. Her legacy is not static, it evolves with each new generation inspired by her example. Young women entering politics often cite her as a model, not because she was flawless, but because she demonstrated that leadership requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to learn from failure. Why Hillary Clinton matters, the final perspective. Hillary Rodham Clinton's life reflects the tension between ambition and accountability, visibility and vulnerability, progress and pushback. She has been both a product of her time and a force shaping it. Her story reminds us that change is incremental, often messy, and rarely celebrated in real time. Representation matters. Seeing women in high office normalizes their leadership. For future generations, public service demands sacrifice, but the rewards lie in the lives touched and systems transformed. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, but about rising after each fall with renewed purpose. As history continues to assess her contributions, one truth remains clear. Hillary Clinton has left an indelible mark on American politics and global discourse. Her legacy is not just in the offices she held, but in the doors she opened, the conversations she sparked, and the belief she instilled in millions that leadership knows no gender.